Hi guys, before the video starts I just want to say that Black Lives Matter and that I will be linking down below some resources if you'd like to learn, donate, or sign petitions. I will also be linking down below lists to Black booktubers as well as Black writers in the community. However, I will say that before you subscribe to these YouTubers, please actually watch their content and make sure it's content you enjoy and will continue to watch in the future. I'll be also linking down below a few videos that are helpful resources not only in the booktube community but for the Black Lives Matter movement as a whole. Most importantly, while I know sharing links is important to spread word about the events happening, doing your own research is just as important. Thank you for listening and enjoy the rest of the video.
Hi guys, my name's Sophia and today I am redoing and updating my Percy Jackson book tag. So, if you don't know or you haven't seen the video, about 3 years ago I made an original Percy Jackson book tag. I couldn't find one on BookTube at the time. I haven't really looked for another one since making this one. However, I did find some foreign ones, so just like in that video, I am going to disclaim if any of my tag questions are similar to those in other tag videos. I do not mean to take them. They were in a different language, so I don't know if they were similar or not to the questions I have. But yeah, I absolutely love Percy Jackson and that's the reason I'm making this tag. And because we got news of Disney Plus taking over and gonna make an adaptation for the series, I decided I would update my answers for this, as well as I changed one question just a little bit because I didn't like the original one as much and I felt it was too similar. But yeah, the answers for my questions, most of them have changed as well. So yeah, let's just get started, and here is my Percy Jackson book tag. Alrighty, the first kind of question slash category is Camp Half-Blood, which is name a book setting in which you would want to learn slash fight in. So for me, I chose The Shadowhunter World by Cassandra Clare. I love Shadowhunters. I love reading about their training. I picked Clockwork Angel just because it's my favorite book, but even in the modern books such as Lady Midnight, etc., I love the way they train. I love just the Shadowhunters world and the fights and getting to fight demons but work around alongside downworlders. It's just a lovely thing and I would absolutely love to fight in this. Next is Percy Jackson, which is to name a character who had the fate of the world kind of just thrusted into their hands. They didn't really choose to be the savior, but it ended up being that way anyways. And for me, that answer is Helena Sardothian from Throne of Glass. She really just goes through it in this series and kind of just takes over everything, and it's pretty awesome but also pretty tragic, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, she definitely has the fate of the world thrown onto her. Next is Sally Jackson, which is to name a book parent or set of parents that you love. And to be perfectly honest, this was probably the hardest question to answer because everyone's parents are dead. They're either evil, they're dead, or they end up dying before we get to know them. Like, it's in everything. Am I wrong? No. However, there's one set of parents that is peak tier for literature parents. It's the Weasleys. Like, come on. Molly Weasley, like, iconic. Arthur Weasley's fantastic. Just the Weasleys are just peak tier literature parents and no one can tell me otherwise. Sorry for waving the book around, I just got excited. Alright, next is Blackjack, and that's to name your favorite fictional pet companion sort of thing, and my answer actually stayed the same from my original tag, which is the Cheshire Cat, however you want to pronounce it, from Alice in Wonderland, which you can't really read because of the white, but whatever. Yes, this cat is just so mischievous. I don't think I said that right, but we're just gonna roll with it. He's just out there and he honestly isn't that big of a help 95% of the time, but I love his character. He's funny, he's great, and honestly I would love to have him as a pet companion, even if he makes my life a little bit miserable, because he's funny. Also, he can disappear, which honestly would probably terrify me in the end, but I'd still enjoy it because he's pretty cool. Anyways, yes, Cheshire Cat, favorite pet companion. Next, we have Blue Food, what is your favorite fictional food? And again, this also stayed the same, and that's butterbeer from the Wizarding World. I love butterbeer, especially if I'm going to the Wizarding World parks. I think it's really fun. I like the concept of butterbeer, and to be honest, all the food in the Wizarding World sounds kind of dope, not gonna lie. Like, it all looks really good in the movies and sounds good. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, but butterbeer especially is probably my favorite. Next is the gods. So this question actually I changed from the original, and I changed it to what is your favorite retelling, because I love reading retellings. I love getting recommendations for retellings, so I decided to change it up from the original question, and I actually have 2 books for this answer. The first one is Heartless by Marissa Meyer. This is a Alice in Wonderland retelling through the point of view of the Queen of Hearts. So we get the origin story of the Queen of Hearts, and it's honestly one of my favorites. I know some people really didn't like it, but for me it was atmospheric, and I just loved the origin story and how it came to be that she became this evil human, and it's so good. I love villain origin stories, and this one did not disappoint me in the slightest. Also, there's a lot of baking in here, so this could also have gone in the food category, but yeah. And then the other one is a more recent read of mine, and that is A Curse of Dark and Lonely. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I honestly really did enjoy it. It was a bit of a different Beauty and the Beast retelling, if I'm being honest, and the series does kind of drift away from that as it continues, but this first book, in my opinion, was a solid Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I'm a sucker for Beauty and the Beast. So next is Annabeth and Grover, and for this question you have to say what your favorite fictional friend group is. However, you cannot use any friend group from the original Percy Jackson series or the Heroes of Olympus series. I know, those are fantastic friend groups, but I decided that was the rule, so that's what we're going with. So my favorite fictional friend group besides those is the Night Court from A Court of Mist and Fury. Like, Court of Dreamers, how could I not? Like, the inner circle is just peak friendship. It's just peak wholesome friendship. I just went out of focus, but I really don't care because I'm talking about this awesome friendship that I absolutely adore and need more of in my life. And yeah, I just love them with all my heart, and if you've read this, then you absolutely know why. So yeah, peak friend group right there. Next we have the Battle of Manhattan, which is what is a battle that kept you on the edge of your seat. For this, I have another recent read, and that is From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. There is a battle in here that left me completely in shock. Like, the actions that happened, everything that just kind of rolled into, it was just insane. And then the aftermath of the battle just it was a lot, and I loved every second of it, and it was just so good and so just out there. But yeah, this definitely has a lot of battle scenes that kept me like on the edge of my seat, but that one battle scene just like made everything just pour over. It was just, oh my god, it was so good. Anyways, moving on to the next question. Next we have Clarisse, and that is to name a character that you thought was kind of annoying at first, but eventually in the end redeemed themselves. For me, that was Tella from Caraval by Stephanie Garber. When I first read Caraval, I did not really like Tella. I was all for Scarlet and her thing, and I wasn't a big fan of Tella until I continued the series, because in Legendary and in Finale, Tella is yes. Yeah, Tella really did come around for me, and I absolutely ended up loving her in the end, but during this first book, I was like, no, go away. But now I don't care. Now she's good. It's fine. It's all good. And last but not least is Rick Riordan. Who is your favorite author? Obviously, I have to go with the man himself, Rick Riordan. Like, how could I not? I'm making this whole tag based off of him, which I think is exactly what I said in my last video, if I'm remembering correctly, which my memory is awful, so I don't know. I love Rick Riordan. I wouldn't be such a big reader if it wasn't for his books. I love Percy Jackson. He jump-started my love for Greek mythology. I love his writing. And yeah, I'm falling behind a little bit on his books, don't tell, but like, I adore his writing. I love rereading the Percy Jackson series. I love seeing everything about these characters. They just are everything to me, and I just love this original series with all of my heart, and I'm so happy it's getting an adaptation that it deserves, because let's be honest, the movies it got before were, no, we don't, no. So Disney better do them justice, and yeah, that's all I really gotta say. He's my favorite author, and he probably will be for a very long time. So there we have it, my updated Percy Jackson tag. It's an original tag. It's the only original tag I've done, but I wanted to update it a little bit, give you some updated answers as my reading tastes have changed in the past 3 years. And yeah, Also, I was wearing my Camp Half-Blood shirt the entire time, which you couldn't really see, but I think the orange kind of gave it away in the end. Thank you guys so much for watching. I tag anyone who wants to do this, obviously, and I would be loving if you tagged me back so I could see it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I enjoyed making this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And until next time, bye!